Okay, I'm extremely bored right now, so I'm just going to hit record and just look at a couple of things here. Stress free. Looks like Anthony Joshua defeats Jake Paul by knockout. Of course, a lot of people are like, oh, scripted, scripted, scripted. I'm like, duh, 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 right? Here's Anthony Joshua. Joshua's got the J like Jake, I see. October 15 birthday. Let's see how many days. So he knocks out Jake Paul how many days after his birthday? So he's got the 10/15 birthday. I'm assuming this fight was Saturday, or was this fight Friday? I don't know. Paul versus Joshua date. Let's see. Paul versus Joshua. December 19th. So this fight was actually on a Friday. Okay. I don't know. For some reason, I was thinking that they would be on Saturday, most of them, but shows what I know, right? So 65 days after the Anthony Joshua birthday, he knocks out Jake Paul. And that's a 66-day span from his birthday to the fight, but 65 days after his birthday. So, what I'll do is just see if I can how long it takes to find a couple of connections here, and maybe we'll go on to another story after that, right? So Anthony Joshua. Okay, so not seeing anything there. And do we have a full name with this character? Oh, look at that full name. Does he have the name? Look at how it says listen. Anthony Oluwafemi Olaseni Joshua Listen. That's weird. Let me see what it says here. Okay, so look at that full name right there. Wow. Let me enter that full name there as well. 126. Look at that. There's 126 right there with that Kobe Bryant energy, with his Kobe Bryant's death date anniversary is 126, which is right around the corner. Kobe Bean Bryant also has 135. And look at this, you get 153 and 351, the same numbers right there with Anthony Joshua. And that's like the last video or two videos ago that I dropped was the tragic plane accident. Greg Biffle. Biffle's got the B like Bryant. And, that connected to Michael Jordan. Jordan, MJ, obviously connected to Kobe Bryant. But, that plane crash death, like Kobe's helicopter death, right? And now, we see these numbers here with the 126 and the 135 that's connected to Kobe Bryant. Now we see them with Anthony Joshua. And, if you're thinking the Lakers in history, you could also think of Anthony Davis, right? Who was a member of the Lakers. Now he's on the Mavericks. And you see that there's some hand symbolism, it looks like, going on there with Joshua. But also, Anthony Joshua, Anthony Davis, it kind of makes you think of Tank Davis as well. And I'm not really like a boxing person. But that's interesting because Tank Davis, did he fight Jake Paul as well? Did he? Look at that picture right there. And that looks like Jake Paul, doesn't it? So that's interesting. Remember, this stuff starts with the language. And like I said, I'm not a boxing fan, but I've covered a couple of these stories. And that's kind of interesting right there. Isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, I think I covered. Look at that. That fight. Look at that. That fight did happen. Well, it says, why is Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua and not Gervonta Tank Davis? Was an upcoming exhibition match between YouTuber Jake Paul. That's interesting too. You get Paul, it makes you think of Chris Paul, who's always been rumored to go to the Lakers, huh? Jake kind of rhymes with Tank. So that's interesting. You kind of see that fake world, huh? And look at this 66-day span from Anthony Joshua, his birthday, to this knockout of Jake Paul. That's interesting because Lakers equals 66. You know what I'm saying? Lakers has that 66 right there. Okay, so that's interesting, isn't it? We also have this Jam Master Jay. Judge Nix's conviction of one of two men found guilty of killing Run DMC's Jam Master Jay. That was in 2002, right? So 2002, one of two men. One of two men. Notice how that's like 12, and we're in the 12th month of December, right? We're in the 12th month of December. One of two men. Jam Master Jay. That's interesting because Jay-Z's birthday is in December, isn't it? Yeah, December 4th. That's interesting. You know what I mean? Very interesting. Don't forget, we just had DMX's birthday. These are New York affiliated rappers, right? Jam Master Jay. They recycle these characters. They recycle these characters all by the name as well. You could see Jam Master Jay's got the black on right there. Remember, Jay-Z had the Black album, right? How many days? When's his birthday? Oh, look, his birthday's right around the corner. Notice how he's born in 65 and Jake Paul gets knocked out by Anthony Joshua 65 days after his birthday. 65 days after Anthony Joshua's birthday, he knocks out Jake Paul. And Jam Master Jay trending at the same time, born in 65. Look at that right there. Jam Master Jay, you get the J's, right? Like Joshua J, Jake Paul J. You know what I, right? Right? And notice how he's born on the 21st. Reflect that 21, you get 12. Remember, he's trending now in the 12th month. One of two men, uh, you know, Judge Voigt's conviction of one man, and there was two total. One of two, 12. You see that right there? And with his birthday, the 21st day of the second month, you get the twos and the ones. Notice how he's born in Brooklyn, and Brooklyn equals 112. Come on, man. You see how easy this is? Brooklyn's got that 112, and there's the 41s that connect to Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. You know what I mean? Right? You see how that works? You see how that works, huh? So, I mean, that's solid stuff right there. So, this is kind of like random, not so random. And you see how all of this stuff you see how all of this stuff connects, huh? Jam Master Jay, again, like Jay-Z. Judge has the J right there as well. Let's see what else is trending. Let me get a drink of my Celsius here. As this will be random, not so random. It's on the fly, but it may not be labeled on the fly, right? And let's just see, maybe look at another story or two. And I'm going to do something else today. It's kind of boring. That's why I decided just to do another video and knock it out real quick. I guess when it warms up a little bit, I might go clean up the garage or rearrange the garage or something. I don't know, man. There's only gotta, I already went out there, but I may go back out there again. What else is going on here in the news? Brown shooting, Bowen Yang to leave. I don't know who this guy is, but his name's Bowen. It makes me think of Bruce Bowen, who was on the San Antonio Spurs. Is that the right name? Bruce Bowen? I haven't heard that name in a while. Bowen Yang, to depart SNL mid-season, last episode with buddy Ariana Grande. Remember, Ariana Grande's connected to Arizona and the Grand Canyon, right? But Bowen Yang. So I'm not familiar with this character. Let's see, when's his birthday? And let's see if he's connected to Bruce Bowen. He's got the November 6th birthday. Okay, this is a actor, comedian, podcaster who became a Saturday Night Live cast member in 2019, age 35. Saturday Night Live, look at that. You get S like San Antonio Spurs, SS, right? And I'm telling you that Bruce Bowen was a member of the San Antonio Spurs. You know what I'm telling you. So let's look at Bruce Bowen. It doesn't mean this is all going to land, okay? But you can see, I want you to see how I decode. Okay, so this is interesting. So this is the only other guy on the world stage I know with that name. So we got that S connection already. Oh, look at Bruce Bowen's got that Donald Trump birthday right there. See that right there? Bruce Bowen's got the Donald Trump birthday. Of course, Donald Trump is always trending. Look at how this works, man, because notice when we scroll down here, look at this. It says Lockdown Defender with Bruce Bowen, and look how we have the Bowen name now, and look how we like kind of transition into a Trump connection because he's got the same birthday. Remember we had the lockdown stuff going on with Trump in office? And look, we had like kind of like a government shutdown situation as well, which kind of connects. Timeline of Trump's coronavirus responses. Remember that? COVID lockdowns? That's interesting, right? That was all that was connected to Trump. Remember Trump and then Biden, how they were connected, and then Trump was the president, and we had Biden, right? Now we have Trump again. So you get lockdown right there with Trump. That's interesting with Lockdown Defender with Bruce Bowen. But let's go back. And actually, let me look a little bit more here at Bruce. Look at his middle name's Eric, like Eric Trump. You see that right there? Like Eric Trump, Trump's son, and he's got the same birthday as Trump, Donald. That's interesting, isn't it? You see that right there? Right? But let's go back to our original Bowen Yang right here. This actor, final episode will air Saturday. So that's today, 12/20, right? So how many days after his birthday? So today is 12/20, November 6th. So he's, oh, look at, there's the 116. Like 1/6, which is Eric Trump's birthday, 1/6, with the Bruce Bowen connection. You know, you get the Bowen name. Look at that. 1/6 is like 116. And you know what? Donald Trump was selected 115, one day before this guy's birthday. That's absolutely amazing, right? So, how many days after dude's birthday? How many days after dude's birthday? So, he's got the 116 birthday. And remember, John equals 16 and 61. I just did a video showing the 16s and 61s that connect with December and Christmas, right? So they say his last episode's tonight. 45-day span from Bowen Yang's birthday to his last episode of Saturday Night Live when Donald Trump is the 45th president. Okay? You see what I'm saying? It's exactly what I'm saying right there. The 45th and the 47th president. So, you know, this is how I decode. You know what I'm saying? Just want you to see that right there. Isn't that amazing? Right? And notice how that dude's birthday, Bowen Yang, the 310th day of the year, his last birthday, when Donald equals 31, like 310. And look, Donald's got that 112 that connects with Brooklyn and connects to Chicago Bulls. Remember, we went over that earlier. And did I mention even Michael Jordan born in Brooklyn? You see that right there? And the 112, what did we connect that to Jam Master Jay, who's trending right now? So that's amazing, isn't it? You know, so let's look at one more story. Let me get another drink here. All of this is on the fly, but this is going to be random, not so random in the playlist, okay? If only we can have a competition amongst us decoders, I would gladly enter something like that. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's look at one more. Let's go back over here. Let's try to look at one more. I'll click on politics. I don't necessarily want to, but let me just look and see if there's anything. Nah, I'm good on Epstein. So we covered Paul versus Joshua, Bowen Yang, Jam Master Jay. Let's look at this Brown shooting. Brown has the B like Bowen. You see that right there? Brown also connects to Trump. Think about like the ICE stuff and the deportation stuff, the border wall. Border has the B like Brown, B like Bowen. So what is this? How surveillance technology and the Reddit detective agency helped search for a killer. Wow, we don't get much out of the title there. Let's see. Are they going to give us something easy to work with here, or do we need to switch stories? More than a decade ago, a frenzied 5-day search for the Boston Marathon bombers left some lessons. And nah, we're not going to do that one. We'll just stick with the B's on that. Let's click back over here. If I can't get something easily out of the title or the first paragraph, I'm good on that. So let's see what else is over here. Kind of a slow Pete Davidson. No, it's kind of slow so far. Maybe these stories will kind of cycle. You get more 6, 7, whatever, right? Whose birthdays are today? Let's look at that. Famous birthdays, December 20th. Actually, this may be dropping on the 21st. This will be dropping on the 21st. I'm recording it on the 20th. So let's just spend a few more minutes on December 21st, famous birthdays. Here's a guy named Drake. That's interesting. But let's see. Kenzie Baker, no. Oh, look, is that another character named Drake? You got two Drakes? Oh no, that's the same one. But let's see. Samuel L. Jackson. Remember the Pulp Fiction guy just died? Cooper Flagg, look at that. Is there somebody we're not? I've covered Cooper Flagg semi recently. Let's just scroll down. Humdy Dum. Humdy Dum. Kiefer Sutherland. Interesting. Andy Dick. That's interesting as well. Jane Fonda here. So we got some characters here. Janice Combs. Is that related to Diddy? Michelle Hurd. Let's just click on Kiefer Sutherland right here. Okay, let's click on this guy. He's born in 66, London, England. What is he known for? Stand By Me. Let's see. Let's go over here. What is the one thing Kiefer Sutherland is known for? Let's see. Jack Bauer in the real-time action series 24. Really? Let's say it's probably Stand By Me, right? So Stand By Me release date. Look, you get the S like Sutherland, okay? You see that? Wow, that didn't take long. August 22nd, 86. So how many days after how many days before his birthday was this movie? Okay, let's see. So August 22nd, 86. And he's got the birthday 12/21 20. Okay, so, but we have to put 1986, right? So 1986. Man, look, we get those 12s again. Look at that. 121, even with the span 122. So look, we get the 1 and the 2 again. And his birthday is in the 12th month. Look at that 135. There's that Kobe Bryant. There's the Kobe Bryant numbers again. Kobe Bean Bryant 135. Is it Bean or is it without the middle name? Oh, yeah, it's the full name. Look, there's that Kobe Bryant 135. So you can see how all of this stuff comes together. Remember, we hit on that earlier with Anthony Joshua with the same numbers all mixed up, right? And remember, on 1/22, Kobe Bryant had 81 points in a game, January 22 against the Raptors. Look at that was the birthday after the release of Stand By Me, Kiefer Sutherland. Look at that 138 numerology on his birthday following that movie release. Donald Trump equals 138. So look at how all of this stuff lands one more time. Isn't that amazing? You know what I'm saying? And look, Stand By Me released one day after Kobe Bryant's birthday. You see that right there? I'm not playing. I'm not playing here. One day after Kobe's birthday. Stand By Me releases. Ooh, Kobe was 8 years old when Stand By Me released. It released in 86. He's born in 78. And Kobe wore 8 on his jersey to start his career. Oh, 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 it's magic. You see that right there? Yeah, it's a fake world we live in. I hope you enjoyed this. Random, not so random. Decode in a fake world, man. I mean, how random can it be? But that's what the playlist is called. You know, all of this just off the top of the dome. Until next time, all trending right here, man. Kobe energy involved.